Okay, good evening, everyone. How are you doing today? How are you, Nada and Abdurrahman? We're still waiting for Yara and Muhammad. Abdurrahman, are you still there? Hello? Unmuting you. Admit. I see many devices here that are not. Okay, let me check. Guys, can you hear me?
Hi,
Hi, how are you doing, Yusuf? Is Muhammad? Muhammad, why you're acting as Yusuf?
I'm, I'm not Muhammad. I am Abdurrahman Hazim.
Ab,
I came here
Ab,
for free lesson.
yeah. How are you, Abdurrahman? Um,
Good.
Hello, Muhammad. How are you?
I'm good.
Why you're acting as Omar?
Oh, it's my brother.
Oh, okay, no worries. You need to have
Oh,
your own email with your name and everything. And who's
okay.
Yusuf? Yara?
Yes,
Yara, why you're acting as Yusuf? You're confusing me here. Okay,
my brother.
it's fine. No worries. And Abdurrahman, also from Qatar. Nada from
Yeah,
Egypt. Abdurrahman from Saudi Arabia. Okay, so we have two Abdurrahmans here, and Myrna is coming over from Egypt. Okay. Okay, the whole gang is here. Let's start right away. Uh, why don't you introduce yourself to us, Abdurrahman here? Abdurrahman Hazim?
hi. Yeah.
Yeah, tell us about yourself a little bit.
Tell you what?
About yourself,
Okay, I'm from Egypt. I am 14 years old.
right? Which school do you go to?
Yeah. I go to Doha Academy.
Perfect, perfect. You have a couple of friends here from Doha as well. Not from the same
Yeah.
school, but same city. Yara from Edison, and Muhammad from which school?
Qatar International School.
Qatar International School. All right. So you're all from the same city. Maybe you can get together sometime. And let's start right away. Basically, we start our every lesson with a quick review of the homework, and we focus more on the writing skills. So I have a couple of writings from Muhammad and Yara, and we'll see about their performance here. And let's start with Muhammad. Muhammad, please start reading for us. You're writing about Qatar National Day. Um,
Yeah.
Abdurrahman, this kind of writing is what kind of writing is this, Muhammad? Can you remind us quickly, please?
Um. Um.
Is it
It's
narrative, descriptive,
descriptive.
argumentative? All right. So it's a descriptive, describing what?
Describing a celebration.
Descriptive writing or descriptive composition. A celebration or a festival or a carnival. All right. So let's read Muhammad's writing here about the Qatar National Day, which is what kind of descriptive writing is this?
Um.
It's a celebration.
Yeah.
All right. Celebration of the National Day in Qatar. All right. Read this, Muhammad, please.
Qatar National Day takes place in Qatar every year on Friday, December 18th. This day is celebrated throughout the whole of Qatar because on 18th December 1878, Sheikh Jassim bin Muhammad Al Thani succeeded his father Muhammad bin Thani as a ruler of the Qatari
Peninsula.
peninsula. Peninsula.
Peninsula. Peninsula is a good word that you've used here. It's a geographics term, and it's a very good word to use terminology. And you've used also words like celebrate, which is a good word as well. Thank you very much. Um, okay, maybe you can proceed. Try to use throughout as well is a good one. Try to use less names because these names are like taking, you know, much of a space, but it's fine. Let's continue here. So the first
Peninsula,
paragraph was perfect actually. You've included in the introduction, you've included the name of the event, National Qatar Day. When does it take place? Friday, December.
18. It's cut.
No worries. The whole month of what's that?
The
The
whole
whole
of
of
Qatar.
Qatar. Oh, all of, no. You don't use whole here. All of Qatar without that. All of Qatar on 18th. Actually, you didn't need to repeat this again. You could have used the year right here and that's it. No, you're right. Actually, it is correct here. Okay. Sheikh Mohammed bin Saleh. Okay, let's continue, please.
The holiday or celebration has been instrumental in developing a sense of national identity among
Ahmed,
locals.
are you reading from here?
Oh, I was reading the sentence that was left in the first paragraph.
Okay. Continue, please.
Um, Second paragraph.
Uh, yeah, we're done with the first paragraph. It's fine.
Yeah. Prior to the actual event, many schools and organizations rehearse for the event before the holiday. Fireworks dash expeditiously in the sky, and suddenly it scatters and sparks in the clear sky. Airplanes go up high above all Qatar to decorate the sky with Qatar's flag. Decorations are being held in the streets, schools, and even houses.
Hmm.
Decorations are usually Qatar's flag or the current ruler of Qatar's picture.
Perfect. Perfect. I liked how you used advanced words like expeditiously and uh, how you phrased this paragraph. Basically, here you told us about how they prepare for the event. So this is a preparation for the event, and let's see more about that. Okay, let's move on. Perfect. Actually, I liked it a lot.
Qatar National Day has many activities. Firstly, watching the fireworks on the Corniche and the astonishing lights all around the streets. Secondly, listening to the traditional Qatari music playing at a high volume. There are many places that provide many activities. For example, Qatar. Spectacular festivities and over 20 heritage-themed events are held at the Qatar Cultural Village. Usually in schools, people wear maroon and white clothes to represent Qatar's flag. In addition to, schools provide the students, teachers, and parents with Qatari traditional food like majboos, rice and lamb, and etc.
What's this word again, ya Muhammad? The one that
Clothes.
no, this word is clothes. The British would say clothes with pronouncing the and then the, and the American would say clothes without the sound. So can you repeat again, please?
Clothes.
Yes, clothes. Um, all right. So actually, I loved how he used such high-end words like astonishing. Astonishing is fine, of course. Spectacular, festivities, heritage themed, and these are very good for your language section of the marking. So I love this part as well. And that was how the celebration is. So this is the celebration itself or the event itself.
Okay.
All right. Let's see about your conclusion, which is the most important part of your writing.
Okay. Qatar National Day is a very important celebration for Qatari citizens. It shows Qatar's independence and achievements. Also, is celebrated to respect one of the best rulers of Qatar, Sheikh Jassim bin Mohammed Al Thani.
Amazing. Very good. I loved how you phrased most of your sentences. Uh, and I didn't pay much of attention to the punctuation here, but I assume that it's much better than before. Thank you very much for taking care of that. And let's move on to Yara's. And Yara wrote about Ramadan. Yara, can you please read us your writing here? about Ramadan?
Ramadan is the most important month of the year in Islamic cultures. The month of Ramadan marks that God gave the first chapter of the Quran to Prophet Muhammad.
Mhm.
During Ramadan, people fast and come more closer to God. Ramadan is important because it is the time of self-improvement. As expected, Muslims should put more effort into following the Islam. Muslims
Okay, hold on, please. Let's comment on these two paragraphs, and then we move on. So Ramadan is the most important month of the year in Islamic cultures. Cultures here is missing an E, right? The month of Ramadan, Ramadan is a proper noun. So it has to be what? It has to be capitalized. Yes? Marks that God gave the first chapter of Quran without the. You cannot say Dayara, yes? Can we say this is Dayara or this is Yara?
no.
Because actually Yara is a proper noun. We cannot say the Yara. We can say the girl, the boy, but we cannot say the Yara. That's the same with the word Quran. Quran is actually a proper noun. So with Quran right away, to Prophet Muhammad. Muhammad is also a proper noun, should be capitalized as well. So Prophet Muhammad. And during Ramadan, again, it should be capitalized. During Ramadan, during Ramadan is an introductory phrase. So it should be followed by a comma, yeah, Yara. We discussed this last week and we had to put it into action. We have to use it, please. People fast and not come, get closer, closer and not closer, all right? These are called homographs. Closer and sorry, something wrong with my marker. So these are two words. Let me write them again. So we have this one is a verb, and this is actually an adjective. Abdurrahman, do you have any idea what's the difference between these two words? Abdurrahman, are you there? Abdurrahman Hazim, not Abdurrahman Adil.
Hi.
Hi. Do you have any idea what's the difference between these two words?
Yeah, verb, something that, what is a guy doing? What is someone doing?
Yeah, like, no, I mean the word here, this word. Can you read it for
Oh,
me, please?
close.
Can you put it in a sentence? Like close that door, close the window.
Yeah,
Yeah? What about this one?
like I'm close to the window.
What does it mean?
Like I'm near the window.
Okay. So can you repeat again the word?
Close.
A louder, please.
Close.
Muhammad, do you agree with that? Do you agree with his pronunciation?
I think close.
Okay, let's see about Myrna. Do you agree with their pronunciation there, Myrna? Myrna not there, I guess. Are you there, Myrna? Unmuting her. No. Okay, so actually the second one, which is the adjective, is close with the S sound. This is pronounced as an S, and this is pronounced as Z. So this one is close. Do you know the tooth Rahman, Muhammad, and Yara? Do you know this
No.
toothpaste? You don't know it?
Yeah.
You don't know it, really? It's a famous toothpaste. Okay, let me check.
I knew it now.
Of course. It's why is it called Yara?
Close up.
No. No, never.
Close up.
Close up. It's called close up, not close up. Okay, let me get you this. Actually, it's written in Arabic. Close up. Okay, let me get you the image here in a second. How come you haven't used this one before? It's a very famous one.
I haven't bought it before.
I didn't buy it before. And the past from buy is bought. Yeah. You have to study the conjugations of verbs. All right. Let's see here. Should be coming up. Here. Why is it written here in Arabic? Guys, can you see my screen or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, why is it written there?
Close
Close
up.
up.
Close up. Yeah. So it's not close, it's close. Let me get you the English version of that. So it's close up in Arabic. Means what? Means what? So when you tell someone to close up, what does it mean?
Get together.
Get near.
Yeah.
Because usually people are afraid of the, some people's breath smells, So in tight or crowded places, it's not very nice to get very closer to other people because of the bad breath or something like that. That's why when you use close up, you're confident enough to get closer to people and your breath wouldn't be smelling that bad, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, so now we know the difference between close and close. So what's this word again, Yara?
Closer.
Yes, get closer without more, of course, because we added here er for the comparison. We don't need more. We use more only with what? With long adjectives, yeah, like more intelligent, more expensive, longer adjectives. The adjectives that are more than 2 syllables. We'll talk about syllables later, right? Okay, let's continue reading. Ramadan is important. Important shouldn't be capitalized here because it's in the middle of a sentence. So it should be a small I. Actually, your letters are not very accurate. You should work on that. The P should be a bit bigger and should be like this, right? Ramadan is important because, and you don't need this, important because it is the time of self-improvement. Excellent. But again, work on your eyes. As expected, comma, Muslims should put more effort into following Islam. Again, Islam is a capital I because it's a proper noun, right? Okay, Yara, continue reading, please.
Healthy Muslims fast in Ramadan, and this includes no drinking, eating, and bad behavior. Other things people should do in Ramadan is reading Quran and donation. Example given: food, clothes, and money. The fasting begins at the Fajr prayer just before dawn and is broken at sunset. People eat suhoor before Fajr so they can have a healthy fasting.
Wonderful, wonderful. I love this part. Muslims, or the healthy ones, you should put it between commas here instead of the brackets. But brackets are fine, but it's better to use between commas. healthy Muslims, and should be capitalized Muslims here, fast in Ramadan, and this includes no drinking or eating, or eating, or bad deeds, not behaviors. Okay, behaviors is fine, but deeds is closer to the meaning you mean, right? Other things people should do in Ramadan is reading Quran, comma, and okay, donation is fine, except it doesn't really refer to zakat. But we can use give zakat or give charity or give alms. Alms actually means like sadaqah, right? Zakat or charity is like money for the needy or for the good reasons, right? Example: food, clothes, and money. The fasting begins at Fajr, prayer, just before dawn, and what? And is broken at sunset. Okay. Fasting is broken. Okay. And fasting is broken. It's better to show what is broken. Okay. And fasting is broken at sunset. Wonderful. I loved how you used these terms. People eat suhoor before Fajr so they can have a healthy fasting. Wonderful. I loved it actually. Yara, thank you very much for the great writing. Okay, now we move on to the exercises for the commas. We'll start with Yara. Yara, please, when you scan your homework, please scan them to be upright, to be like this, and it has to be trimmed to the page, right to the page. All right.
Okay.
And regarding the naming as well, please don't send me like file named cam or camscan or whatever. I need a name that is referring to your name, like your name and the date of the homework, okay, or the date of the session.
Okay.
So let's see about your answer here for this exercise. I guess we answered most of the first part of each exercise, so we'll see about the second part right away. By the old bridge at the north of town, we are meeting for a picnic. Wonderful. So all this is an introductory phrase, and it should be at the end of the sentence. We are meeting for a picnic by the old bridge at the north of town. So if we remove it from here and put it at the end of the sentence, it wouldn't change the meaning. That's why we're putting a comma after it. Yes. At the last meeting of the cheerleaders, Janie was elected captain. Wonderful. Very good. Okay, noticing the dark clouds, we thought it would rain. So basically here, we know that, I'm sorry guys, got disconnected for some reason. So I'm back. Thank you very much for waiting. Where do we stop? We stopped at number 8. Not seeing the dark. So what happened when you not saw the dark? We thought it would rain. So basically we're separating the action itself, which is we thought, which is the subject and verb, from the introductory phrase or the gerund phrase, right? In the middle of the math class, Tim became ill. So what happened? Tim became ill. When? In the middle of the math class. So all this can go to the end of the sentence without changing its meaning. All right. Let me ask Muhammad here about one of these questions that I noticed that he need to. Abdurrahman, are you familiar with the usage of commas?
Yes.
Perfect. So let's see about that. So number 5 here, can you read it first, please?
Before you leave, give us your address and telephone number.
Right, we need to put a comma here in order to correct the punctuation of this sentence. Where to put the comma?
After leave,
Before you leave. Okay. Perfect.
no.
Give us the sentence goes like this. Give us your address and telephone number before you leave. So we inverted the sentence to have before you leave at the beginning. So that's why we're separating it. Right? Next one. Abdurrahman, next one. Give us next one, please.
Because the game was no one-sided, we left early.
Because the game was so one-sided.
After game.
After games?
After game, yeah.
Not exactly. No. Can you try again?
Sided. After one-sided.
Correct. So we're looking basically for the subject. Where's the subject here? The subject is we. Where's the doer of the action? This is the doer of the action. And what did the doer do? They left. And this is actually a complement, like to complete the meaning of the sentence. So basically what happened is we left early. Why? Because the game was so one-sided. Okay. We'll ask other Abdurrahman Adil to help us with the number 7.
Okay. After he painted the office blue, he dyed his hair green.
Right. So where to put the comma, Abdurrahman?
After he painted the office blue.
All right. Excellent. So basically, we're having the comma after blue. Why? Because the subject is he, dyed is the verb, his hair is the object or the complement.
Excuse me, I had a question.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, Myrna.
I didn't know exactly when do we put the comma.
All right. First of all, we have to know about, these are called conjunctions. What kind of conjunctions are these? They are called subordinating conjunctions.
Okay.
Subordinating means what? Means,
Not the main.
I'll explain it now. Okay, first of all, we have 3 types of sentences. Let's go to a new page and talk about that, types of sentences. Actually, that was our topic for today, but let me give you a quick idea about that. We have simple sentences, and this is basically, who has any idea about the difference between a simple, a compound, and a complex sentence?
I guess I know.
Who's that?
I'm Mirna.
Okay, because you're asking me about after, so I'll give other people a chance.
Okay.
All right. Who else? Abdurrahman Hazim. Do you have any idea what's the difference between simple, compound, and complex? Abdurrahman Hazim? No response. Muhammad Sayed? Hello, guys.
I think a simple sentence is like a sentence with no connectives or anything.
Can you give me an example?
I saw the dog on the street.
Okay, I saw a dog on the street. Very good. So basically we have subject, So a simple sentence has a subject and a verb and a complement. Actually, you know about this part, it's called predicate later, right? But basically it has one subject, whether it's simple or compound, but we'll know about that later, and then one predicate, all right? And this is it. A compound sentence has two.
I'm sorry, I didn't get what's a compliment.
A complement is whatever comes after the verb. Like I saw a dog on the street. This is actually to complete the meaning here. So actually starting from here after the verb, this is all called complement. Actually, the word the dog itself is an object. What did you see? You saw a dog. But all this is called complement. And starting from the verb, this is called predicate.
Okay.
So we have on the street. This is actually, no, actually starting from a dog, this is all called complement. And starting from so, this is called predicate, right? Okay. Now let's see about compound. Compound is actually two simple sentences connected by a comma and one of the what? Coordinating conjunctions. What are the coordinating conjunctions? Muhammad?
Fanboys.
Thank you very much. Abdurrahman, Hazim, do you have any idea what are fanboys?
Yeah.
What are they?
Fun. If there's and, but, or, no.
What's if?
I
For.
don't remember.
For. And. Huh?
Neither,
Nor.
I guess. Oh, okay.
Nor.
Nor. Mm-hmm.
But.
But.
Or.
Or.
Yet.
Yet.
And so.
Okay, great. So actually we're having two sentences like this one connected by one of these and a comma before it. So the comma is very important here. Can you give me an example for that, Myrna?
For a compound sentence?
Yes, please.
Okay. I ate my food
I
took a nap.
I eat or I ate?
I ate.
Because you said I took a nap. So this is in the past already. So I ate my food.
Does both verbs have to be
Of course, both.
do both verbs to be
The line is breaking from your end, Myrna, but anyways, the both verbs should be parallel. They should be having the same tense, or we can talk about something different, which is like two actions happened in the past. So the first one, we can use the past perfect. The second one, we use past simple, but we'll not talk about that now. I ate my food and I took a nap. So we have here two sentences. The first one is I ate my food. We can stop by this. We can put a full stop here. Yes. And then we start a new sentence and I took a nap. Sorry, and remove and, of course. So actually it will be like this. We discussed this last time, Muhammad and Yara, yes? Do you remember that? Muhammad, Saeed, and Yara. Okay, guys, I'm back. Thank you very much for waiting. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. Sorry for the interruption. It's the Zoom actually playing bad with us. So let's continue, please. We mentioned that compound sentences, we're having two simple sentences. The first sentence, as Myrna mentioned, I ate my food. That was the first sentence, or the first simple sentence. And the second simple sentence is I took a nap. So now we need to connect these two sentences because they are somehow related. So we're, instead of having a period here or a full stop, we convert it into what? A comma. And we use one of the fanboys to connect these two sentences. So which conjunction should we use here?
And
All right. Okay, so that was a compound sentence. A compound sentence, like two sentences that if you separate them, they would still can stand alone on each of them, right? Each of them can stand on its own as a complete sentence. Let's see about the complex. Can you guess what's the difference between compound and complex? Who has any idea?
complex in the first sentence can't stand with its own, or one sentence can stand with its own.
Perfect,
Can't
perfect, perfect. Actually, one way of naming this simple sentence is a dependent clause. So actually, a simple sentence is also called dependent clause. So in the complex, in the compound, we have two dependent clauses. Here, one dependent clause and another dependent clause. Right? For the complex, we have, sorry, it's I got confused. It's independent. 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 Sorry. In the complex, we have one dependent clause and a conjunction, a subordinating conjunction. And a dependent, an independent clause, or let's see the other form. A subordinate clause. Sorry, a subordinate conjunction plus dependent clause. Comma, and then an independent clause. Okay, let's see examples for this. First of all, the list of subordinate clauses are like long. It's a long list, but we can just have some samples of the independent of the subordinate clauses. Like, okay, so this is a list of the subordinate clauses. Sorry, conjunctions. So we can use any of these in a different way, of course, according to its meaning. So let's see about after, the one sentence like the one we had earlier. So someone was asking me about why we're using after here, or why after, and then there is a comma here. So can you guess why we're using comma after? After? Hmm? Hello? Muhammad and Yara and Abdurrahman. We're
Yes.
having after at the beginning of the sentence. So let's copy the sentence. It goes like this. And let's analyze it together and see, is it matching the first one or the second one? Actually, it's matching the second one, the second form. And we'll see about using the first one. Okay. Where to put the comma, Muhammad?
Um. After
Muhammad, and then Abdurrahman, you'll explain it more. It doesn't matter.
after blue,
Why after blue?
because I like
Okay. What?
it's a different meaning.
First of all, we have here a subordinate conjunction, yes, which is after here in
Yeah.
the list. Yes. So a subordinate
Yes.
conjunction, and then we have a dependent clause. What does it mean, a dependent clause? It's a complete sentence, but it doesn't. It has a subject here. There is a subject here, he, and then painted a verb, and then complement or an object, but it cannot stand on its own. When I say after he painted the office blue, did I mention what happened after that?
No.
No. So this means that we cannot stop by this. If I say after I went to work and then I stop, would you be happy with this kind of information?
No.
No, because I'm
No.
not giving you enough or complete idea, complete thought. So I have to tell you what happened after that. That's why we're gonna write the sentence again, but in this format. And I need whom? I need Yara to help me with that. Can you help me with the other way by putting after where? Here, between the dependent and independent clause.
He painted the office blue after he dyed his hair green.
But actually you changed the meaning here, because actually he dyed his hair after painting the office blue. So basically you have to just swap them, all right? So put this here first. You put this part here. So you can say he dyed his hair blue after, without any commas, after he painted the office blue or whatever. Okay. So now we see the difference between the two forms of a complex sentence. If we have the conjunction in the middle, it's connecting the two clauses, the dependent and the independent, together. Or you can have it in the beginning like this one, the conjunction, and then you put a comma to connect the subordinate conjunction and the dependent clause with the independent clause. Okay? So the independent clause, why is it called independent? Because if you remove this part, what happens? He dyed his hair green. This is the main idea of the sentence, or this is the complete thought of the sentence. So if you remove the first part, it can stand on its own. But the first part on its own cannot stand alone. So let's remove this part now and see. Can you read me this part on its own? After he painted the office blue, can it stand alone?
No.
No. That's why we have to put a comma in order to connect it to the second part. And that's why it's called dependent, because it depends on the other part. Okay? So you get this part, you understand this part? And of course, subordinate
Yes.
conjunctions, you should know most of them, all right? The most common are like basically these. Yeah, most of the other ones are not very common. Okay, actually, if and unless are the same, they are opposite to each other. Though and although, and even though are also related. So you have to know about most of them, and yeah, the rest would be like by the understanding of the sentence itself. Okay. So let's continue here with the exercise, and I'd need. And wonder where did Myrna go? Nada, can you check for Myrna, please? Thank you. Okay, next one is coming from also another. Look, Muhammad. You have here another what? What's this?
Subordinating conjunction.
Exactly. So basically, this exercise is about subordinate conjunctions. So we have when, we have as, we have while, we have if, before, because, and all of them are coming at the beginning of the sentence. If you'd like to remove the comma here, just put this part in the middle. And this would be the only change you would need. Maybe you'll need to just swap the first part with the second part and that's it. But basically it would be like changing this from the beginning to the middle. Okay. So actually your assignment, okay, this has actually inspired me to give you your next assignment to redo or rephrase these sentences, the 10 sentences here, to put the subordinate conjunction in the middle of the sentence instead of the peripheral or the beginning of the sentence. Okay? Do you know how? Okay, let's try this. We'll start with Yara.
Yes.
You help me with the first one. We need to put when in the middle.
Mary realized she would be late when she noticed the time.
Excellent. Mary realized that Mary realized she would be late when she noticed the time. So basically, we moved when from here, or we moved this part all together to be at the end of the sentence. Do we use any commas?
Yes.
No, no, no.
No.
Look here. If we have the subordinate conjunction in the middle, we don't use a comma. If we have it at the beginning, we use a comma. All right, Yara?
Okay.
Thank you very much. And next one is coming from Hazim. Sorry, Abdurrahman Hazim.
Yeah.
Can you give me the second one, please?
Okay. I realized that I was late again as I entered the room.
Wonderful. Very, very good. All right. Let's move on from this part. This would be your assignment, guys. So let's move on to number 9 here. And this one is coming from, okay, Abdurrahman Hazim.
Okay. Although she loved her job, it did not pay very much.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Actually, it shouldn't be played.
It did not.
pay. And this is pay, not play.
Okay.
This is a typing mistake.
It did not pay very much, although she loved her job.
Yes, so actually the comma should be here in this format, or no, I disagree with the format or the sentence you've said. Can you repeat it again, please?
Although she loved her job, it did not pay very much.
Now, can you put the although in the middle somehow
Okay.
to connect?
It did not pay very much, although she loved her job.
It did not pay very much, although she loved her job. Would this make sense to you, Abdurrahman? Can you just try to figure out or to understand the sentence in your head and think about it and see, would it be suitable? Would it be logical this way?
No, not much.
Yeah, so how can we phrase it? How can we say it? She loved her job. بتحب شغلها, although it didn't pay very much. كانت بتحب شغلها برغم ان هو ما كانش بيدفعوا لها كتير, ما كانش بيدفعوا لها فلوس كويسة يعني. Okay, so she loved her job, although it did not pay very much. And although would be in the middle without comma. So although would be lying in the middle here. So you have to read the sentence very well, understand it very well, and see where will you put the conjunction, right? And last one was coming from Muhammad Said. Before we move on to another.
Whenever I go to the beach, I become sunburned.
All right. So where to put the comma first?
After beach.
Oh, excellent. Basically, because we have here subject, I, the pronoun, become is a verb, and sunburnt is the complement or the object. Right? Actually, this is not an object. I'm sorry. This is not an object. This is just a complement. It's an adjective. It's describing what happens, and this is actually the linking verb. So this is an adjective. And it's better to say sunburnt, not sunburned. Okay, we're stopping by this. Let's see about your exercise from the book. Abdurrahman, in order to understand what we're doing here, basically we focus on writing because in the exam, in any exam, writing is representing like at least 60% of the exam mark. I don't know which exam you're taking this year. You're in year 10, yes?
Yeah, no, I'm in year 8. I already finished the exams, so.
Perfect. Are you taking pre-IG this year or not? I mean,
yes.
in year 9. Are you taking pre-IG?
Yeah.
So you're taking
Yes.
Let me ask Muhammad here. He's older than you. Muhammad, did you take a pre-IG in year 9 or not?
What do you mean, like pre-IG?
Pre-IG is the IG has two different formats for the test: the core version and the extended version. Did you take the core version in year 9? Did you take a test from Cambridge this year?
No.
No. Okay. So some schools or some countries have these tests. Some other countries don't. Like for example, in Saudi Arabia here and in Egypt, we have a checkpoint in year. Checkpoint is like a test coming from Cambridge to British schools. For year 6, it's like for primary stage, and year 8 is for like early secondary stage. This is like a test from Cambridge directly, and it's also marked by Cambridge, and it's part of the assessment of your education. And in year 9, we have something called pre-IG. It's like a practice for the IG, like a preparation for the IG, but it's also an accredited test from Cambridge. Don't know if you have it in, but it seems like you don't have it in Qatar, which is good. But it's very important to practice for it. It's very important to practice for the IG, right? From now, because writing is the most important part and the most critical part of the test. You have to be prepared for it. You have to be ready for the writing test, and also for the listening. Of course, we'll practice for the listening as well. All right. So today we're gonna talk about writing as well. We discussed descriptive writing. Muhammad, you'll need to give me. I remember that you've sent me something, some of your writing. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let me check for that quickly. What was it about? Do you remember?
A restaurant review.
A what?
A restaurant review.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I remember now. A restaurant review. Abdurrahman, you also sent me something, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah.
What was it about?
It is a fairy tale.
A fairy tale. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me see about that. Basically, today would like to review and see a different kind of writing. And let me see here about describing places. And this would be coming here. We started last week with descriptive writing. We learned about describing what, Muhammad?
Describing
What did we learn to describe last week?
Sorry, you're lagging. I couldn't hear you.
What did we learn to describe last week?
Celebrations.
Yes,
And
events. Events generally
events.
can be
Yeah.
a celebration, can be a carnival, it can be a what?
An event.
An event. Okay. Okay, so now and today, actually, there is a warning here. I have a warning from Zoom that it will end the session in 10 minutes. So you have to be ready for that. Whenever you get disconnected, just reconnect again, all right?
Okay.
So we're talking now about describing places, and let's see about the structure. Do you remember the structure of the describing events, Yara? Yara?
Yes.
Do you remember the structure of describing events? What do we write in the introduction of describing events? Okay, look here. This will remind you here. Look at the structure here, the structure of describing a building or a place. So we start with the name of the place, which is also was the same for describing an event, like the name of the event. Muhammad chose National Day of Qatar, and you chose Ramadan. So you mentioned the name of the place you're describing or the event you're describing, and where does it take place, the location, when does it take place, the time, and reason for this celebration. Is it a wedding, like two people are getting married? Is it a birthday, like it's celebrating the birthday of someone? Is it a national day, like celebrating some national event, etc.? A religious, like Ramadan, etc., etc. Okay, so basically the introduction for any writing would be about this. Of course, I'm talking about descriptive writing. When it comes to a narrative, like a fairy tale, about any fictional writing, it can be different, like you're setting the scene and everything like that, but we'll talk about that later. But we're talking here about descriptive writing again, so it's a different form of descriptive writing, a descriptive composition. And Abdurrahman, read me please about the descriptive composition from here.
A descriptive composition about a place or building should consist of an introduction in which you give the name and location of the place or building and or the reason for choosing it, a main body in which you describe the main aspects of the place
Aspects.
or building in detail.
Yeah.
Of the place or building in detail. For example, when you describe a place, you should describe what you can see and do there. When you describe a building, you should describe its exterior and interior, as well as giving historical facts about it. A conclusion, which includes
Abdurrahman,
yeah,
a conclusion.
a conclusion, which includes your comments, feeling, and or a recommendation.
Recommendation. Excellent. Okay, look here, guys. So as we mentioned before, the introduction is basically about what? The name of the place. You're talking about the three of you are from Egypt, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know the pyramids. So if we're talking
Yeah.
about the pyramids, for example, where is it located? The pyramids are the pyramids of Giza are in Egypt,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you see here, you mentioned the name of the place, you mentioned the location, all right? And then reason for choosing it. One of the most important monuments, the most important sightseeings, the most important attractions, the most important historical sites in Egypt, right?
Yeah.
Many tourists, and you can talk about that, all right? And in the main body, let's see about the main body, in which you describe the main aspects of the place. You can talk about when was it built. You can describe how huge is it, how magnificent is it, etc., etc. Okay, and then
Okay.
you describe a place. You should describe what you can see there and do there. When you go there, maybe you can get into the pyramid itself to see the tomb or the burial room, which is the room inside the pyramid, or you can see the temple near the pyramid, or you can ride a horse or a camel. You can do anything, many things, and you can see many things there. There are three pyramids. You can see them from the inside. You can see the Sphinx. You can see many things there, and you can do many things as well. You can have a safari near the pyramids. You can ride a horse. You can ride a camel, a cart, etc., etc. Right? And when you
Yeah.
describe a
Yeah.
building, you should describe its exterior and interior. So you have to describe it from the inside and outside, outside and inside, I'm sorry, as giving historical facts. So you have to know about the place, when was it built, who built it, and why was it built, etc., etc. Right?
Right.
In the conclusion, what would you give? You either give comments or feelings. How did you feel after leaving this place? How did you feel when you were there? Were you happy? Were you amazed? Were you sad? Were you upset? You have to mention that. Would you recommend it to others or not? Would you like other people to go there and see this place or not? You have to mention that as well in your writing. Okay, so I gave you some idea. Maybe you can tell me about other places. You can tell me about the pyramid. You can tell me about Qatar. You can tell me about what's that magical festival city? You
No,
can tell
Qatar Festival City.
Qatar Festival City. You can tell me about the Pearl. You can tell me about Sea Lion, whatever. Right? It's up to you to choose whatever you want. Right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna read a model or a sample writing. But before that, I'd like Yara to read me this part about the descriptive writing here?
Descriptions of places or buildings can be found in tourist magazines, travel brochures, stories, letters, etc. etc. The style
ETC is
used
again ETC for Abdurrahman because he hasn't been with us last sessions. ETC is actually short for it, means and cetera
and
means
more.
more and more. Okay, so it's pronounced etc. Okay, Muhammad, Abdurrahman.
Okay.
So we don't say etc, we say etc. Continue reading, please. Yara.
etc. The style you use depends on the situation and the intended reader. For example, in an article for a magazine, you should use semi-formal style and a polite, respectful tone. You normally use present tenses to describe a place, building. You use past tenses to write about the historical facts.
Excellent. So in case that you're going to write about the pyramid, you can say the pyramid is located or is in Giza, right, in Egypt, right? But you'll have to say it was built, or you can say the name of the pyramid. The first pyramid is like Cheops. Like Cheops is the name of the king who built this one. Hofu, in English, it's called Cheops. You can look it up. Okay, was built by King Cheops, or the pharaohs, and you have to mention like 7,000 years ago or 5,000 years ago or whatever. Okay, we'll be disconnected in less than a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so we have to know when to use the present simple or present tense and when to use the past tense. Let me read this question here quickly before we get disconnected and then reconnect again. You have seen an advertisement in an international travel magazine, so it's a magazine, inviting readers to send in articles about a town they have visited. So you have to mention a town. So you can mention Doha, you can mention Cairo. Write an article describing a town, including the things to see. So what will you write there? Things to see and do as well. Information about the town's shops and nightlife. Welcome back, guys. We're still waiting for who's not here yet. Abdurrahman, you can right click on your name in the participants list and rename. And this would be like write your name, Abdurrahman, because actually it shows like Dalia's iPad. So we're back. Okay, let's see here, guys. We have a couple of questions about this. What type of writing is this? So it's asking you about the type of writing here. What type of writing is it?
Like
Descriptive.
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 Descriptive. Descriptive means to describe something, to say what does it look like. Descriptive. Destructive is something else. Descriptive writing. Who's going to read this? It's an international travel magazine. So readers of the magazine are basically reading that. So who are going to read that is like tourists. Are you going to use chatty language or abbreviations, colloquial phrases? Will you use chatty like chat? Will you use like gonna or take your time or be right back? Will you use something like that, abbreviations like these or contractions like this, or what else do we use in chat? We use sub. Do you know what's sub?
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, what's up? So will you use something like that in your writing in your article here?
No.
No, of course not. Look here, Muhammad and Abdurrahman, because I heard the male voice. It's actually a semi-formal style and polite, respectful tone. So actually, semi-formal means it shouldn't be very casual like this. This is a casual language or a slang language. We shouldn't use that at all, right? But we have to use semi-formal, which is like something not too stiff or nerdy, and not also too loose or chatty, okay?
Okay.
Why not? You see, why or why not? Of course not. Why not? Because it has to be semi-formal, okay? Which of the
Okay.
following points must you include? Main sites. So I'll go in turns. I'll go in turns between the three of you to tell me what should we include in the article here. So I'll start with Yara. Yara, can you tell me which one to put in the article? Main sites, yes or no?
Yes.
Of course. Main sites, like the main places or the most important places in this city. You're talking here about a city. You're writing about a city. Inviting to article about a town, or of course, town is another word for city that you have visited. So maybe you can tell me about Doha. You can tell me about Cairo. You can tell me about any other city or town you have visited, right? Muhammad, population and climate. Would you mention that?
Maybe.
There's no maybe. Is it yes or no?
I don't know. No.
No. Of course no. If you're telling me about Cairo, would you need to tell me about, sorry, not like Cairo as in Cairo. You're telling me about the sightseeings or the touristic places in Cairo. Do you need to mention number of people in Cairo?
No.
No, not at all. Neither the climate, all right? Shops, do you need to tell me about shops? Abdurrahman. Yes, you have to buy souvenirs,
Yes.
you have to buy food, you have to buy many things from there. So you have to tell me about shops as well. Actually, it's mentioned here. Look, yeah, Abdurrahman. Anyways, it's mentioned here. You mentioned about shopping, place you do,
Restaurants.
and restaurants, etc., etc. Because they have to eat, they have to go partying at night, they have to go to shops to buy souvenirs and stuff. So we know about shops. It's an important part, of course. Entertainment. Do we have to mention that as well? Where to go for
Yes.
having fun and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yara, again, train schedules. Do we need that?
No.
Not necessary. And restaurants, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Myrna, you've missed a very important part of the grammar, but it's okay. Maybe we can review it later. Okay, let's
I'm
see here.
very sorry, my phone died.
No worries at all. Phone battery died. Okay.
My phone battery died.
Okay, so this is actually a map. Can you see this map here on the left side of the page?
Yeah.
This is a map
Yes.
of what?
The
England?
world,
What?
the map of the world.
Map of
I
the world?
think
No way.
uh,
England is part of
Europe?
it. Not all of Europe. No.
The United, I don't know, the Union something, Union
United what? The
UK.
UK.
oh,
Okay, which is very important for all British diploma or British education system, because they have to know about the parts of the world you're studying their education system. So the UK is basically three main parts. Actually, this is called, it's more of Great Britain than the UK, but we'll see about that. England, Wales, and Scotland. These are three countries connected together.
Is someone called Welsh when he's from Wales?
Yes, the people from Wales are called Welsh. The people from Scotland are called Scots, and the people from England are called English.
Irish. England, yes, England.
And actually, what you mentioned is also part of the UK. It's not included here in this map, which is Ireland. Ireland should be around here, I guess. And they are all together forming the UK. But what you see here on the screen is called Great Britain. Okay. So this is a map of Great Britain. Let's see about phrases of location. How to refer to locations in the map. So you have a map here, and you can refer to Scotland, which is in the north of, or north west of England, etc., etc. So let's see here. We start with Merna to read us phrases of location.
Yes.
Read us, please, this part.
To describe the location of a place, building, you can use the following phrases. Situated means located. In the south.
Just a moment. It's either to say is situated or is located. Like, for example, Scotland is situated or located in the north or northwest of. York is situated or located in the east of, etc., etc. Okay.
Okay.
Continue, please.
On the south, east,
No,
west,
no.
north.
It's not on. It's in.
In. But it's written on.
Here. In.
Oh, okay. I know. I read the one below. On the south.
This is a different one. On the south or east or west coast of something.
Oh.
The coast is
Okay.
actually, with coast we use on. If you
On.
talk about the direction itself, you'll use in.
In.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In the center, heart, middle of.
Okay. So basically, if it's the direction itself, if we're talking about in the north, so for example, Scotland is in the northwest, northwest. So it's in the middle here, because actually England is here and Scotland is
Northwest.
here. So it's like this.
Okay.
So Scotland is the northwest of England. Wales
So
is
when
in the,
I'm talking about a direction and it's mentioned as northwest, that means it's in the middle between north and the west.
yes, correct. If we're talking about Wales here, it's in the west of England. If we're talking about Exeter, for example, it's in the southern coast or southwest of England, or you can say in the southern coast of England. Southern is another word you need to add to your vocabulary. So from the word south, the adjective is southern.
Southern.
No. It's not pronounced like that. Northern.
Southern.
No. You're not listening to me. It's called southern.
Southern.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have northern, northern, and we have southern.
Southern.
There's no ow. No sow.
Southern.
Southern, right? In the center or heart or middle. Yes. Of, so you can say, for example, London is in the center or the heart of England. Of course, London is the capital and it's in the middle of England. So let's see about, look at the map and let's describe different cities in the map. So here we have an example. Brighton, this city is called Brighton or Brighton, both of them are correct. It's situated on the southeast coast. You see, on the southeast coast, because it's coast here, we say on the coast. Coast is Sahel, yes, so بنقول على الساحل, okay? On southeast coast of England. So I'd like you to do the same. I'd like you to give me like 5 different sentences about the cities and countries around here. So we have here some cities on the map, and then we have these 2 green ones are countries. Wales is like, it's not exactly a country, but it's kind of a princedom. You know, it's a princedom, like Qatar. It's a princedom. It's not a republic. It's a part of some bigger thing.
I'm sorry, what is it called?
A, a, pr-
The
a princedom. There is a kingdom. Sorry. Kingdom like Saudi Arabia is a kingdom. There is a princedom like Emirates, like Qatar, like Bahrain. These are like ruled by a prince, not a king. Yes?
yes, I got you. Thank you.
All right. So actually Wales also is a princedom, but it's actually under the same queen, which is the Queen Elizabeth II, who has been there for like more than 70 years, I think. More than that, from the 40s, like 80 years now. Okay, guys, so I'll start with Merna. You can give me one sentence about one of the places around here in the city on the map.
Okay, Brenton.
Brighton.
Brighton is
Brighton is
in the
already in the
is
example. Is in the example already. So we need
okay.
something else.
Okay, can you roll up? Yes. London.
Mm-hmm.
London is in the south direction.
We don't say direction. Look here. We have no direction in the examples here. We
Is
can say
situated
okay in the
in
south.
the south.
South of what?
South of England.
Excellent. Or in the heart of England, because actually,
Heart
yeah,
of England.
yeah, of course it's part of the South region, which actually you'll hear words like or England is divided in two parts. There is the Essex, Wessex, and South and North. So Essex actually is short for East section. Wessex is West section. North and South are like obvious, of course. So London is actually in the south of England. It's very obvious. And they also refer to it because actually London is very big. It's like this big. So it's like the heart of England. It's like the heart of the country. Of course, it's the capital, so it's the biggest part of the country. Anyways, Abdurrahman, can you give me the second one?
Okay. York is located in the north coast of England.
Okay, perfect. York is located on the north coast or northeast coast of England. All right, next one, Muhammad Said.
Wales is located in the southwest of the United Kingdom.
Perfect, perfect. So it's in the southwest of the United Kingdom. Excellent. Yara?
London is located
Yes.
on the northeast of Ipswich.
Northeast of north. North? No, it's not north. Ipswich actually is north from it. You see, London is here, Ipswich is here, so it's in the southwest. Here you have south and west, so it's like here. From here to here, you're going down and left. So it's more of a southwest, yeah? Are you talking about Ipswich or London?
I'm talking about London.
London. Actually, London is to the south of Ipswich. Southeast, southwest, sorry. So London is in the southwest. Look here. You have south and you have west. You're going to this direction. Okay? Try a different one. Yara, try a different one, please.
Exeter is
Exeter.
on
Exeter.
Exeter is on the west of Brighton.
Okay, is in the west of Brighton. Perfect. Very good. Okay, moving on. Thank you very much, guys. Let's move on to the next exercise. Match the word or phrase in the list to the headings that follow. Can you add any ideas of your own? We have words like museum, boutique, nightclub, ancient theater, open air market, zoo, cafe, bazaar, temple, art gallery, restaurant, music hall, palace, botanical gardens, fair, theater, souvenir shop, monument, statue, antique shop, shopping center, amusement arcade, multi-screen cinema, fun fair. Okay, first of all, do you have any new vocabulary from this list? Quickly, guys, take a look at it and tell me if you have any new vocabulary from here.
The second one,
Boutique. Boutique. Boutique is a small shop to sell souvenirs or to sell anything. Boutique. It's actually a French word for a small shop.
Bazaar.
Bazaar is a small shop also that sells souvenirs and like artifacts. When you go to Egypt, you can go to the bazaar to buy in Khan al-Khalili or near the pyramids in Haram or in Luxor. In the bazaar, you can buy a souvenir for your Qatari friends about ancient Egypt, about Islamic Egypt or Islamic Cairo, whatever. All right. So a bazaar is a shop that sells like, you know, papyrus. You know what's a papyrus? Paper. You know what's papyrus paper?
No, not really.
No.
Papyrus paper is famous for ancient Egypt. The first form of paper that ancient Egyptians have invented, it's called papyrus. Wara al-Bardi, papyrus. Ever heard of it?
Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah, papyrus is awraq al-Bardi. It's actually you can buy very lovely portraits or lovely paintings on papyrus paper, and you can have it as a gift for your Qatari or international friends in Doha or anywhere. And they are very cheap. You can get the one for like 10 pounds or something like that, which is like nothing. Anyways, what about botanical gardens? Do you have any idea what's a botanical garden?
I guess it's a place where
No.
you plant or grow special species of plants.
Uh, of course, it's related to plants, but you don't really plant or grow anything there. You just go and watch the flowers and different plants. A botanical garden, like as a very huge park where you can go and see different flowers from around the world, different plants, different trees in different shapes, etc., etc. Right? What about the word monument? Do you have any idea what's a monument? Guys, what's a monument?
Uh,
A
Like a
monument,
statue?
yeah, a monument is any building or any remain that is referring to the past, that has a very valuable identity or a very valuable form. Like a pyramid, the pyramid is a monument. Like a temple is a monument, etc., etc. Athar, a statue is a form of monuments, which is like a shape of a person or a shape of an animal as a statue. Antique means old, Souvenir is a very important word you have to know because you can use it in writing letters, writing articles, writing emails, etc., etc. Right? Fair, of course, you know what's fair. What's a fair?
Um, like
Like a cinema, I would say.
Really? No way.
like a celebration.
Oh yes.
No. It's a place where you get to sell things. It's like a small market.
It can be that, but no, it has a different meaning actually. Well, actually, a fair is a place where you can see like people performing things, like
Clowns.
yeah, clowns and sometimes animals, etc., etc. Okay, it's a public event that happens usually in the summer, where people can go and play games or go and ride the roller coaster um, and all these huge swings um, yeah, like fun fair, right?
Yeah.
And you can have competitions, you can have something like that. This is called fair. All right, and you can see, of course, you know what's amusement arcade? Also, it's the same like
Yeah.
like a fair or a fun fair, and also fun fair is like the same thing. Okay, like things to do and things to see. So things to do and see. This is one thing. So we'll call this number one. Shopping, number two, and nightlife would be number three. So from this list, you have to tell me about which one is number one, which is number two, which is number three. We'll start with Yara. So museum, one, two, or three?
Things to see and do.
Is it one, two, or three, Yara?
One.
Thank you. Myrna, Yara's number one, Myrna's number two, Abdurrahman number three, and Muhammad is number four. So you have to go in turns right away. I don't have to mention your names, so you have to give me the answer right away. So number two, sorry,
Okay.
boutique.
Boutique is two.
Two, thank you. Whose turn? Come on, guys.
Nightclub.
No,
Nightclub.
not you, not you. Did I say Abdurrahman or Muhammad first?
Sorry. Not three.
Three, nightclub is nightlife, of course.
Yeah.
Next one, ancient theater.
Four.
What's that?
Four.
We don't have four. We have one, two, or three only.
Oh. Okay,
Is it things to do or see or do, or shopping
I
or
think
nightlife?
three.
No, it's an ancient theater. Ancient theater is actually from the past. It's just something you go and see
So
only.
one.
It's of course one. Next one. Yara.
One. Two.
Two. Of course. Next one. Myrna.
Okay. Open air.
Guys, if you get distracted, I'll just skip you. Okay. No,
Okay.
actually.
Open air market. No, open air market shopping.
No, actually, we're doing zoo. So
Zoo. Things to see and do.
Right. One. You have to give me one or two or three. Cafe.
Two.
Of course. Two. Yes. I guess, yeah. Two. Bazaar.
Two.
Temple.
One.
Art
One.
gallery.
1.
Uh-huh.
2.
Restaurant. 2. Music hall.
3.
Music hall is 3. Palace. Palace. Next one, move on. Skip the person who's not concentrating, skip him, please.
1.
Okay, 1, Palace. Yara, we skipped your turn because actually you're not concentrating. Botanical garden, next one. Abdurrahman.
1.
Yeah, botanical garden is 1, a place to see or
3.
fair is 3. Yeah. Actually, it can be like 1 because actually it can be something you do and see. All right, theater.
Yeah.
1. Actually, theater is more of 3. It can go as 1 as well. It doesn't matter. Okay, souvenir shop,
2.
of course. Monument,
1. 1.
1, of course. Statue,
1.
uh-huh. Antique shop, 2. Shopping center,
2.
of course. Amusement
1.
arcade, 1.
3.
Multi-screen cinema,
3
3.
or 1?
Can be 3 or 1, yes, I agree with that. Fun fair, it's 1. Thank you. All right, let's see here. This is an article about a place you can see, but let's read the quick exercises here first. No, actually, we'll read the article right away. Brighton is a large town on the southeast coast of England, located only an hour from London. It is a charming seaside resort and the perfect destination for a peaceful weekend. So here, in the first paragraph, they mentioned the name of the place, Brighton. Where is it located? Its location. And how far is it from London? It's like extra information about the location. Why we're talking about this one? Because actually it's a charming seaside resort and the perfect destination for a peaceful weekend. So this is the reason. So basically we're having this introduction, which is the name, location, and reason for choosing it. So this is number 1 or paragraph 1. Okay. So this is 1, which is, sorry, name and location and whatever. Right. Brighton has several tourist attractions which are worth visiting. Among these is the Royal Pavilion, a beautiful Indian-style palace which was built in the early 19th century. Brighton's most famous attraction is the lively Palace Pier. What's a pier? Palace Pier. With its fantastic fun fair and amusement arcades. Both young and old can have fun. Can have fun. I guess this word is here. There, while admiring the spectacular view of Brighton's seafront. So what's this about? Which one of these? From here.
Things to see and do.
Things to see and do. Excellent, yeah, Yara. And who else? Abdurrahman or Muhammad? I got three. Abdurrahman. Okay, so this is paragraph 2. All right, so let's move on. Paragraph 3 is basically about there are plenty of places to go shopping in Brighton. The town center has a large modern shopping center. There are there are also narrow lanes full of lovely antique shops that are always bustling with tourists. Bustling with tourists. Lovely word that you need to use in your writing. bustling with tourists, crowded with tourists, jammed with tourists. So this one is about what?
Shopping.
Shopping, of course. You're talking about antique shops, you're talking about tourists buying things, shopping center. So this is actually about shopping, of course. So this is paragraph 3. Or okay, then like paragraph 4, the nightlife in Brighton is exciting. There are a lot of music and dance clubs, which are extremely popular with younger people. So about what? Dance clubs,
Night fair.
nightlife. The area is also well known for its fashionable restaurants. So we're talking about restaurants which offer a variety of international cuisines. You know the word cuisine, yeah? The word cuisine actually is a French word for kitchen, but when you say, for example, I love the Italian cuisine, means that you love Italian food. So cuisine actually is another word for food or cooking style.
Okay.
All right.
Nightlife.
So this is about nightlife, of course. Thank you. All right, last one. Brighton is a town that has something to offer everyone. Whether you want to spend your time shopping and seeing the sights, or simply relaxing and enjoying the fresh sea air, Brighton is the ideal choice for a few days away from the city. So this is actually the recommendation or comments from the writer to the readers. So this is number 5. So I'd like you guys, each of you, to write me an article like this one about a city you visited or a city you're living in, whatever. And you have to phrase it, you have to write it the same structure, the same style as this one. You can use some words from here, you can use some words from the location, you can use some words describing the place itself. All in all, it has to be in 5-paragraph form. It has to have an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. A main body and conclusion, right? And actually, because we're wrapping up, our homework for today would be um, completing the worksheet here, this worksheet about describing places, and writing about one of the cities you visited or that you lived in. And that would be it. And we're meeting again, inshallah, on Wednesday. If you have any question before we wrap up.
What was the homework again? Write about the place that we visited.
A city or a place you visited, and also to complete the exercises in this worksheet about describing places.
Will you send this this
Of course. How,
PowerPoint to us?
of course. How will you answer it
Okay.
without without the sheet itself?
Should the writing about a city or place you have visited be 5 paragraphs?
Of course. It has to be that. It has to be the same structure. It has to start, you have to start with the same. Like here, we start with the introduction, which is the name of the place, the location of it, and why you're choosing this place. This is the first paragraph, the introduction. The second would be about things to see and do in this place, or the city, or the building. Third would be about shopping or things to buy from this place. Four would be about nightlife, or if there's any, or things to do in the evening. And then you write your comments about it, and you can just take some ideas from here, and that would be it. All right?
Okay.
It has to be around 200 words, and it has to be 5 paragraphs article. All right, guys?
All right.
Okay.
Do you have any questions before we wrap up, before we end the session here?
No.
Okay, great. So you're free to go now, and I wish you a lovely evening and a good night.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a lovely. Bye-bye.